Hello and welcome back to my channel Dhruvi Programming Academy. Today we are talking about the conditional statements in Python. Python has three conditional statements: the if statement, if else statement and if elif else statement. Now what is a conditional statement? A conditional statement is something that helps us write conditions and execute the program according to whether the condition is true or false. Now let us understand it in more detail with a program. But first let us understand the syntax of if statement. So the syntax of if statement goes like this. We have to write the word if and then we have to write the condition. Don't forget a colon after that because it is a part of the syntax in Python that you're supposed to write the colon. If you don't write a colon, Python will give you an error, a syntax error. So if, then space, condition, then a colon, and then with either a tab or four spaces. That is, you could either use four spaces or the tab button on your keyboard and then write statements, whatever is to be executed inside the if condition. Now, one more thing. How the if statement works? If the condition before the colon is true, Python will execute all the statements inside the if condition. If it is false, those statements inside the if statement would not be executed. Let us understand this with a program. Let us write a Python program to check whether the number that we have entered is a two-digit number. So first we will declare a variable num. We ask the user to enter a number. So we are writing int, then we are writing input and then enter a number because we want the number to be an integer. Hence we have specified int before the input. Okay. Next, to check whether the number is a two-digit number, what is the condition? Simply, a number is a two-digit number if it is equal to 10 or greater than 10 and less than 100 because two-digit numbers start from 10 until 99 inclusive of both. So yeah, let us write the if and then we write a condition. We write if num is greater than or equal to 10. Then we write an and num is less than 100. Since we have written and, it must satisfy both the conditions. So any number which is greater than or equal to 10 and less than 100 is a two-digit number. Don't forget the colon and then I am using a tab. Print num and then print the number is a two-digit number. Okay. Now we have given the condition. We told it that if this condition is true, print that the number is a two-digit number. But we haven't given any condition to for it to, or rather we haven't given it any set of statements if the number is not a two-digit number. So if the number is a two-digit number, it will print the number and it will give us the message that the number is a two-digit number. But if it is not a two-digit number, it will not do anything because that is what our program asks it to do. Well, let us run it. So I have saved it two-digit with the name two-digit. Then I go here, I write cmd We are writing python 2digit.py, that is Python followed by the name of the file and then the extension .py, and then we press enter. It is asking us to enter a number. We enter say 69 because we know that it is a 2-digit number, so it should print 69 first and then say it is a 2-digit number. See, it printed 69 and then it said that the number is a 2-digit number. What if we enter say a 3-digit number, which means the if condition will go false and it should not print these two statements because definitely these are inside if condition, so it will execute only if the condition is true. So let us check. Enter a number say 678. See, it did nothing because we did not ask it to. This brings us to our next conditional statement, the if-else statement. Now, the if-else statement works like this. If the if statement, that is the condition before the colon, goes false, then it moves on to the else part and executes whatever is inside the else part. Remember that else does not have a condition. Else will never have a condition. So if this if statement goes false, that is the condition inside this if goes false, then instead of executing statements inside the if, it will go to else part and execute every condition, every statement in the else part. The syntax remains the same. If, then condition, then colon, tab, that is 4 spaces or tab, statements inside if, then enter, then else, colon, and then again a tab because we have to write statements inside else. So again statements inside else. Now let us make our program for checking whether the number is a 2-digit number better using if else. If you remember, we just did this. We checked whether the number is a 2-digit number or not using if. But if it is not a 2-digit number, what should it do? So let us write the else part now. We are writing else colon enter. I am using tab. You could either use 4 spaces or tab. I am just printing print the number is not a 2-digit number. You could write anything inside else and that would get executed because if the if statement is not true. But since our program demands a simple thing, we will go with just the print statement. The number is not a 2-digit number. Now let us execute this one and check. You know that if the number is a 2-digit number, it would print the number is a 2-digit number. We would use the same number 678 and check what happens now. Okay, I haven't saved this one. Let us save it. Control S and now check it. Okay, this will not give me the output because I hadn't saved the program. Now let us do it. I have saved it. 678. The number is not a 2-digit number gets printed and the else part gets executed because the if condition is false. What if I have to check multiple conditions and not just one condition? This gets us to the next conditional statement, if else. If elif else statement. This one works like this. If condition 1, okay, if condition is false, then we move on to the next one, elif, and we check a condition. If that is false, then we don't execute this. We move on to the next one. If even this is false, then we move on to else and print the statements inside else. But if condition 1 is suppose false, then we move on to this one. If this becomes true, Elif and the condition, and if this becomes true, then we execute the statements inside this Elif and we don't go to these two. So this makes us understand that this if Elif, or you could write multiple Elifs. The number of conditions you have, the more the Elifs you can write, and this makes us understand that these Elifs help us in writing more conditions and executing the one which is true. But once any condition becomes true, it will not it will execute the statements underneath that Elif or that condition, and it will not go further. The syntax remains the same. If condition 1 colon, then inside it with a tab or 4 spaces statements 1, then Elif condition 2 colon, again tab statements inside it, then in the same way the other Elif, and then else colon and the tab and the statements inside it. Now let us write a simple program and understand this better. So we are writing a Python program to find the greatest number. Let us define three numbers with variables say a, b, c. So I am writing a is equal to int input enter a number, enter number 1 rather. In the same way, I have declared two other variables b and c with int input enter number 2, enter number 3, because we want to find the greatest out of these three. Now, how would I find the greatest number? Simple. I would first check if a is greater than b, which means b. If that condition gets true, which means b is smaller. So I will not. Okay, let me write it and explain you. That would be better. If a is greater than b, okay, we just declare a variable say greatest, and we write greatest is equal to a, okay. Then we write the next condition elif, correct. Elif a is b. Oh, I forgot. It is not only important for A to be greater than B, but it is also important for A to be greater than C to be the greatest, right? So if A is greater than B and A is greater than C, then only I will say that greatest is A, because I want both A to be greater than both A as B as well as C. So I write greatest is A. Next I write Elif B is greater than A and B is greater than C. So if A is greater than B and C, this one gets executed. If this is false, then and only then it moves on to the Elif part, and it says that if B is greater than A and B is greater than C, that is satisfy both the conditions, and only then greatest is equal to B. Correct? And then we move on to the last one and we write else, that if A is not the greatest one, B is not the greatest one, then the only remaining is C. So what you do is you write or you rather store greatest is equal to C. So I am basically storing the value of C in variable greatest, and in same way in the above two also. Now remember that if Elif and else for whatever these three, I have written greatest inside these, right? But now I have to print greatest. So I have to write the print statement outside these. How I have written these inside these is by using tab. But since I have to write the print statement, I am writing outside this, so it will be applicable for any of these condition if it becomes true and then executes the part inside it. So print the greatest is comma greatest. Let us write in a better way, the greatest number is comma greatest. I hope this makes it clear. Now let us execute it first for more clarity. Also, I want to tell you how this will work. So it will start with the if statement. If A is greater than B and C, then it will store the value of A in greatest. If this is not true, then only it will go to Elif and check if B is greater than A and C. If this is true, then it will store the value of b in greatest. And if and only if this is not true, then it will go to else and just uh, store the value of c in greatest, and then finally whatever is the value of greatest will be printed here. This is how this will work. Now let us see the output. So cmd python greatest dot py. So we will make three tests. Let us start with the first one. So let us say number 1 is 10, then it is 20, 110, 120. Number C3 is say 130. So what is happening is it will, okay, sorry, it's 10, 20 and 130. So what is happening, okay, what is happening is 10 will get stored in A, 20 will get stored in B, and 330 will get stored in 3. And then we press enter, so the greatest number is 330. Okay, let me just give spaces here so that we avoid confusion. Then we press Ctrl S. Okay. Now let us check what if B is the greatest. I am giving numbers purposely in such way that I am giving B as 90 and C as say 78. So it's 45, 90, 78. So my B should be the greatest. Let's check. See, the greatest number is 90. I had given B as greatest. So it discarded this and then it moved on to Elif. Stored great B in greatest and printed greatest. What if my A is greatest now? So number 1 say 90, 2 say 23, 3 say 67. Okay, so it checked the first condition and it found that A is the greatest number. That is how if, elif and else works. The only difference between if, elif, else and just if else is that if you want to write more conditions and check what the conditions one after the other, that if this is not true then this, then maybe in the next one, in that manner if, elif, else works in great ways and can help build great logic. So I hope we are clear with if statement, if else statement and if, elif, else statement. All of them have their own uses, but they are very useful in writing good programs. In our next video lecture, we will be writing a program to find the even and odd numbers using if else, and I hope that if, elif, else and all the conditional statements are clear to you. So if you do like the video, do like, share and subscribe to my channel.